Good morning, students. Keeping up with our motive, let learning be a happy moment and teaching a passion. Here, we are with our online learning lectures to reach each one of you. Happy learning, students. On 15 August 2020, we had our 74th Independence Day. We always read and remember about all freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for our freedom. So, students, once again, I welcome you all in today's online teaching learning session. Today, we are going to study Chapter 3 of History, Standard 8. The name of the chapter is Effects of British Rule. The topics we are going to cover are Number 1. Establishment of East India Company. Number 2. British Marathas. Number 3. Subsidiary Alliance. Number 4. Chhatrapati Pratap Singh. So before beginning with today's lesson, let's check your previous knowledge. So students, just think again answer of these questions. Question number 1. What is colonialism? Yes, correct. It means exploitation of one country by another country by capturing its territories and making colonies. And such companies try to establish their supremacy on another companies. Now, which countries established their colonies around the world from 16th century onwards? Good. These were European nations like Portuguese, French and England. Now tell me, where did European nations establish most of their colonies? Very true. They established their colonies in America, Africa, Asia. In Asia, particularly in India and Southeast Asian countries. Now tell me, why did Europeans came to India? This is the easiest answer, okay? Yes, they came for the purpose of trade. So let's begin with today's lesson. As you know, many explorers began their journey in search of India. Finally, Vasco da Gama reached Calicut, a coastal area of India. This place you can see on the map. This is Calicut, which is now known as Kozhikode. Students, as Mumbai earlier was known as Bombay and its official name was Mumbai. In the same way, Calicut official name is Kozhikode. So in this way, many Europeans' power reached the Indian coast due to geographical discoveries. There was a race among people of all European nations including Portuguese, Dutch, French and British to establish their dominance in Indian market. But when Britishers came to India, Portuguese had already settled and gave a bitter resistance. It means they did not accept their presence and opposed them. Not only the French but the Dutch and the many Indian rulers also opposed them. Now we will see opposition faced by Britishers from Marathas. When Britishers came to India, Mumbai was the main city in western India. Marathas had strong hold on areas in and around Mumbai and Britishers tried to acquire those places. As we all know, if we will try to acquire someone's territories, then there would be a war. But how the Britishers entered into Maratha politics, it was only after the death of Peshwa Madhav Rao, who was the fourth Peshwa of Maratha. Then the Britishers entered to Maratha politics. And it would be possible only when the Madhav Rao's uncle Raghunath Rao approached for help from the Britishers Why you know? Because he wants to be a Peshwa. Three wars took place between Britishers and Marathas from 1774 to 1818. Now we will see what happened after First Anglo-Maratha War. Treaty of Salbai. First Anglo-Maratha War came to an end with the Treaty of Salbai, signed on May 17, 1782. Maratha fought unitedly in this battle and they had proved superior and also they won the battle also. And at the end they signed treaty with the Britishers in the place known as Salbai, which is situated in MP. MP means Madhya Pradesh. Now we will see the terms and condition of Salbai Treaty. The company retained control of settle and broach and acquired guarantees that the Maratha would defeat Hyder Ali of Mysore and retake territories in the Carnatic. So now let us study about the subsidiary alliance. In 1798, Lord Wellesley arrived in India as Governor General. His objective was to establish the British dominion all over India. For this, he signed the subsidiary alliance with many Indian rulers. According to this alliance, the Indian rulers were assured of British military help. So, let us see the terms and conditions of subsidiary alliance by Lord Wellesley. The Indian rulers have to maintain British army in their court and have to pay cash or part of their territory to the company of its maintenance. The ruler would not have any alliance with any other power or declare war against any power without the intervention of the British. The ruler would accept a British resident in his state. In 1802, Bajirao II signed the subsidiary alliance treaty with the British. This alliance is well known as the Treaty of Vasai. But this treaty was not acceptable to some Maratha Sardar. This led to the Second Anglo-Maratha War. After the victory of the British, there was increased interference of British into the Maratha state. This became intolerable and Bajirao II waged a war against the British. He was defeated in this battle and in 1818 he surrendered to the British. So student, now we will study Chhatrapati Pratap Singh. Chhatrapati Pratap Singh. Although the Peshwaship came to an end, Chhatrapati Pratap Singh of Satara was still ruling. Britishers signed a treaty with Chhatrapati Pratap Singh and appointed Grand Duff as an officer to assist him in the state affairs. But later, the Chhatrapati was dethroned and exiled to Kashi. He died there in 1847. Rango Bapuji Gupte, a loyal officer of the Chhatrapati, fought the legal battle and went up to England, but his efforts were unsuccessful. Later, Lord Dalhousie rejected the adoption policy and in 1848 annexed the state of Satara. So students, now we have completed first part of this chapter. Remaining chapter will be covered in the next video. So watch the second part. Thank you.